Well, folks, it finally happened. The US government, known for its measured, reasoned approach to, well, anything, has gone and done it again. They banned TikTok. Yes, that TikTok. The app where teenagers film themselves doing the latest dance craze in their bedrooms, much to the chagrin of parents everywhere. As of January 19, 2025, the app went dark in the US, leaving millions of teenagers, and, let's be honest, adults, with a dance video-shaped hole in their hearts. Now you might be thinking, John, why all the drama? It's just an app. And you wouldn't be entirely wrong, but this isn't just about teenagers losing their ability to share their latest dance moves with the world. Though, let's be real, that's a tragedy in itself. This is about national security. Apparently. The ban, we're told, is all about protecting our precious data from those sneaky folks over in China. You see, TikTok is owned by a Chinese company called ByteDance, and the US government is a little, very concerned about the possibility of the Chinese government getting its hands on all that sweet user data. So there you have it. TikTok is banned in the US. The teenagers are distraught. The government is patting itself on the back for protecting us from the evils of dance videos. It's all very confusing, really. But hey, at least we can rest easy knowing our data is safe, right? Now let's talk about why the US government is so worried about TikTok in the first place. It's not just the dance moves, folks, though I'm sure some of them are a national security threat in their own right. The concern, as always, is about data. See, TikTok collects a lot of information about its users. And I mean a lot. Everything from what videos you watch to what you search for, to even how long you watch a particular video. Now, on its own, that might not seem like a big deal, but when you consider the sheer number of TikTok users in the US and around the world, it starts to add up to a pretty hefty amount of data. And that's where the Chinese government comes in. The US government is worried that the Chinese government could force ByteDance to hand over all that user data. And once they have it, well, who knows what they could do with it? They could use it to track your movements, target you with propaganda, or even identify potential spies. Now, it's important to note that there's no evidence that the Chinese government has actually done any of this. But, as the US government sees it, it's better to be safe than sorry. And so they've decided to ban TikTok altogether. Of course, ByteDance wasn't exactly thrilled about the prospect of being banned from one of its biggest markets. So they did what any self-respecting tech company would do. They sued the US government. And not just any court, mind you, but the highest court in the land, the Supreme Court. The case went on for months with both sides arguing their hearts out. ByteDance argued that the ban was unconstitutional and that there was no evidence to support the government's claims. The government, on the other hand, maintained that the ban was necessary to protect national security. In the end, the Supreme Court sided with the government. In a landmark ruling, they upheld the ban, arguing that the government had the right to take action to protect national security, even if it meant restricting the activities of a private company. The ruling was a major blow to ByteDance, but it wasn't the end of the story. Because, as we all know, in the world of politics, things are never quite that simple. Enter Donald J. Trump, stage right. Now you might remember that Trump was the one who first tried to ban TikTok back in 2020 when he was president. But now, he's back, and he's singing a different tune. That's right, folks. The man who once called for a complete ban on TikTok is now pledging to save it. And he's not just talking about a temporary reprieve. He's talking about a long-term solution that would allow TikTok to operate in the US while still addressing the government's national security concerns. How exactly he plans to do that remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, it's going to be interesting. Trump has already met with TikTok CEO Shou-Zi Chew to discuss the matter, and he's said to be considering a range of options, including a possible sale of TikTok's US operations to an American company. So, there you have it. The TikTok saga continues. The ban is in effect, but Trump is promising to save the day. Will he succeed? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, we'll be here to cover it every step of the way. And now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go practice my latest TikTok dance, just in case the ban gets lifted and I need to impress the youths.